Okay, y'all been asking me for these makeup tutorials, so here I am delivering. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible as I can and just try to show y'all the important stuff that y'all been asking me for. All right, so I'm about to go to work. So the first things first, this is my perfume that I'm wearing today. 1872, my Clive Christian. So I'm smelling all good. All right, the first step I do when doing my makeup, I put my primer on. I know a lot of people be going back and forth about primers. This is what I'm using right now. Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. I get my SPF 50 protection, plus it primes my skin. And I just put a little bit on. I did my skincare too, so y'all better have a skincare routine before y'all put a drop of makeup on your face. That's how people be looking crazy. Okay. And I'm about to go in and do my brows. Ooh, child cheese. I'm about to go and do my brows. I'm using my YSL Brow Couture brow gel. And then I told y'all I use a brow pencil from my cosmetic line. Y'all don't need to see this because y'all know how to do brows. Okay, I'm back. So my brows are done. So now it's time for the eyes. This is what y'all have been running me down about, the eyes. So first things first with my eyes, I told y'all I put my lash glue out. And now I'm going to put down my primer. This is my YSL Eye Perfecting Fluid. I use this as a primer for my eyes. Okay, I got my primer all on my eyes. Now I like to let it dry down just a little bit, not too much. Because when you're dealing with like matte shadows, when the lid is too wet, it messes up your entire application. So y'all kept asking about the green lid that I did. And I'm going to try to recreate it because y'all, I really be in here just freestyling when I do my makeup. So we're going to try to recreate it though. I'm going to try to give you all the juice, the tea. All right, so this is my YSL eyeshadow palette. This is the color right here. So I've been trying, like I said, I like to experiment, especially because I just started playing with color again on my eye. And so I like to experiment with like different techniques and ways to do my makeup. So with this look, I started doing my dark colors first. So I'm going in and I went in my crease like this first. And I know it looks messy, but trust the process. So I'm going in like that first. And so it's getting real nice and messy and smoked out. And then I'm going to go on my other side and do this too. And sometimes you got to go in a couple times to get your shadow up. All right, you see I'm going in my crease and then I'm pulling it out. I know this may be very different from what y'all used to seeing on y'all timelines because I know everybody does their makeup differently. So I'm there. And then like I like to play with different undertones and colors and stuff. And I purposely went and grabbed the shadow out my kit. Hold on. Okay, I like it to be a little warm in my crease. So I'm adding this. So I didn't do this the first time, but this is what I wanted to do. So this red is called Werk, Werk, Werk from MAC. Because I like to warm it up. I like to play with colors. So I'm layering it on top of the black. And I guess if you can already kind of see how the black is already taking on a different form. And I'm coming here with it too. Blending it out. Because I really want to warm it up and give my eye dimension. Got a little bit more on this side than that one. And you just go back in with your black. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the orange. This one is called News Flash. Because again, it's all about creating that dimension and drama. And now I'm just going to go in with, this is the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette, the Queen of the Glow. And it's a brown. It's like this nice, very warm brown that I'm going to use in my corner. I know this looks like so much drama right now, y'all, but I promise I'm going to clean it up. All right. So, and I probably could have used a smaller blending brush too, if I'm being honest. But, you know, it is what it is. We make it work. Just blending everything out. Now it's time for my transition colors. This is my pink Mirage eyeshadow palette from Bobbi Brown. I'm going to go on with that color. This one is the Chestnut Matte. And I love my transition colors because this is what makes the look come together. Well, not look crazy. And so what I do with this is I put it underneath my brow bone and it softens all that darkness I just put on my eye. It softens all of that out. So I'm not walking around looking like a lunatic that just got punched in the eye. You see? I was just softening all that out. And I use 2 different brushes because, or you can clean your other brush, but I just didn't want the dark shadow to conflict with what I'm doing underneath my brow bone. So you guys see how much softer that is. Now we put all those colors there, but it's a lot softer now. Okay, we're blended. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of concealer off my tray that I use for my brows, and I'm gonna put it right here on my lid so that my shadow can really pop. I'm gonna do this on the other side too. Okay, it's on both my lids. Now we're gonna go in with the, see, this is my McGrath Labs Gilded Nirvana Mega Eyeshadow Palette. And this is the color that I use. This is the one y'all was going crazy about. Hold on. So I told y'all this is, with this, you're not going to use a brush. You're going to use your finger. This is what's going to give you the best application. Y'all see that? So I'm just tapping, 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 tapping. Y'all was going up for this shadow. I was like, okay. I thought I was cute, but y'all made me feel like the one again when I posted this eyeshadow look, and I was talking trash about something else, and y'all like, girl, the eyeshadow. I was like, this is what I love, y'all. Look how pretty that is. Look at that. Cute. All right, I'm going to go do the other eye now. All right, this is the eyeshadow, y'all. Now we got to add some liner to the top and to the bottom. So I'm going to add black liquid liner to my top when I find it. Oh, I got it right here. I'm going to add my black liquid liner to my top, and y'all know how to do that. Liner is on, so now we're going to put the lashes on, and then I'm going to show y'all how I do my bottom liner. Okay, the lashes are on. Now it's time for my bottom liner. So I'm using Rich Caviar from Bobbi Brown. I'm going to do one eye first so I can just show you what I do. And I take that right down on my waterline. I put it right there. And then I go in. I take my brush. This is the MAC 212 brush. And I'm going to go in with this black shadow. I'm just going to trace over the Rich Caviar. Y'all, this time is ticking. I was going to try to show y'all more, but it might just got to be the eyes today. Now, for my mascara, I used all these for this look. This is my primer. This right here is the Benefit Bounce. It's a little simple one I got. So this is going to go on my top underneath my lashes. This is the Lancome mascara. I coat this with the bottom first. See how that brush is? And then I'm going to go on top with this YSL. I'm the Fire number 8. I'm the Fire mascara. Okay, so this is the final of the eyes. Now, let me beat the rest of this face, and I'll show you guys the final look. I did want to show you my blush. So this is my palette. I'm going to mix my Dolly Mix and my Breath of Plum together. Pop that on my cheek. Pop, 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 pop. Pop that on my cheek. And now I'm going to use my McGrath Labs blush. Pop that on my cheek. Ooh, tea. And this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. I'll do more tutorials. I'll just probably... I'm thinking about doing a live one day. Let me know how y'all feel about that. But this is the look, y'all. This is what y'all asked for. This is what the streets was asking for, and I delivered. Make sure y'all follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel.